Hello, my name is Tiara Watson, and I will be talking to you about the role of glycoproteins in cell recognition. Overview. What are glycoproteins? Glycoproteins are a protein molecule with an attached carbohydrate. They are found in the extracellular matrix. Glycoproteins are important for intercellular communication, such as cell-cell recognition, organ system communication, and binding of molecules. Structure. Glycoproteins are in tertiary structure primarily composed of alpha helices. Glycoproteins are classified by their attachment site of the carbohydrate. O-linked proteins, which are seen right here, are the carbohydrate bonds to the oxygen within the hydro group, right here, and in either threonine or serine, and I believe this group is serine. N-linked carbohydrates, glycoprotein shown here, the carbohydrates attaches to the nitrogen in the amino acid group asparagine. Location within the cell. Glycoproteins are embedded within the plasma membrane of eukaryotic cells. You can see them from right here, 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 and right here. Glycoproteins within the cellular matrix of red blood cells are where blood types come from. In other words, the carbohydrate protein that is attached to the outside of the red blood cell has a specific antibody or shape that is identified between either A type, AB, B type, and for O type blood types, there is no carbohydrate protein attached to the glycoprotein. The glycoproteins on white blood cells are what help the immune system to identify foreign bacterium, such as not viruses per se, but the common cold and other bacterial infections. Malfunctions. A malfunction in the glycoproteins of a cell can cause an array of problems. Most of the diseases associated with glycoprotein malfunctions are very rare and are the result of genetic mutations. Congenital disorder of glycosylation, recently referred to as carbohydrate deficient glycoprotein syndrome, is one of these genetically caused mutations. The disorder causes defects in the chemical process called glycosylation. The disorder also affects both classifications of glycoproteins. So the disorder affects both O-linked glycoproteins and N-linked glycoproteins. A deficiency or lack of one of the enzymes made from glycosylation can lead to a variety of symptoms potentially affecting multiple organ systems. This disorder is commonly also diagnosed during infancy. Recent findings. In a recent study, it was found that the glycoprotein 6 gene had a role in platelet hyperaggravability, a possible factor in pregnancy loss. It was found that 4 non-synonymous variants within the coding region of the glycoprotein was associated with platelet hyperaggregability. It was also found that in one polymorphism in the 5 regulatory region of the GP6 gene was more frequent in patients with a history of pregnancy loss. Ending my presentation, I have a question regarding the role of glycoproteins. My question is, in relation to diabetes type 1 and 2, are there dysfunctions in the glycoprotein that result in the buildup of the sugar within the blood? Excuse me. Are the glycoproteins receptor in insulin mutated so that it doesn't recognize the sugar within the blood? Thank you. This was my presentation over the role of glycoproteins in cell recognition. Thank you for watching.